Hey, thanks for taking your time to join us here on Polk Place and joining me in studio. A local legend, football-wise, Kathleen High School's own Desmond Clark via Wake Forest and, let's see, Chicago Bears, Miami Dolphins, and Denver Broncos.
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily in that order, or was it in that order?
It was in the reverse order, actually. Denver Broncos first, Miami, then Chicago.
Yeah. So when did you graduate from Kathleen?
1995, class of 95.
So how does a kid from Polk County end up at Wake Forest?
Recruiting. That's how that happens. Actually, it was a guy that grew up here in Lakeland that recruited me to Wake Forest, and then once I signed, he left. But that was a great decision. Wake Forest couldn't have been a better school for me to attend and play sports.
And academically, man.
Yes. I was teasing Bill Bradley about, hey, Wake Forest. Beasley, yes. I'm sorry. Bill Bradley actually played at Wake Forest also. Bill Beasley about Wake Forest upholds the academic
standards. A little bit of height
for
difference between
ACC.
the two.
Yes, big time height difference. Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about your experience at from college, the transition from high school ball to college ball.
Yeah, when you go from high school to college, you know that talent pool narrows. So so when you get to college, you think everybody is good from what you played in high school, right? And then once you go from college to the pros, same thing. Everybody in college wasn't that good, but when you get to the pros, everybody is good in the pros. The speed, the strength, the skill, it all takes another higher level of a step.
So talk to me about your time in the pros. How much time did you spend, and what's your most memorable moment in the NFL?
12 years. I spent a dozen years in the NFL, and I still think about it today like, man, that's a long time. And in my wildest dreams, I could have never said that one day I'm going to play 12 years in the NFL. But my most memorable moment is when we were down in Miami playing in Super Bowl 41 and being introduced as the NFC champion, Chicago Bears, and all of us taking that field and all of those flashlights going off. It was a serene type of an atmosphere and a feeling.
Yeah. All right. Strangest question ever asked. Ready? Here it comes. What's the strangest thing anybody's ever said to you, fantasy football? Did you cost them anything? Cost them a championship?
No. So here's the thing. I didn't know what fantasy football was for a long time. So people used to come, hey man, you scored me all these points on fantasy football, and I will always be stuck. I didn't know what to say. Like, thank you. Like, thank
Smile
you.
and wave.
You're welcome. Because I literally did not know what fantasy football was.
Yeah.
Until about 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is what everybody is talking about.
Yeah.
So now I know how to respond. But it was always an awkward moment because I didn't know how to respond to it because I didn't know what it was.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the game has blessed you to use your name, and you have philanthropy behind you, starting here in Polk County, and even now. Let's talk a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so I started with 88 Ways. I think we started that way back in 2008 was the first year, and it was all about giving back to the community, and in particular the underserved community, where we would help people with rent, with bills, with furniture, all kind of things like that were really basic needs. And then that grew to Chicago, and then we implemented a mentoring program with it also, where we would go into the school, we would have one mentor mentoring 3 kids, and it was all about having somebody there so those kids can see somebody successful, and that successful person can help them to grow mentally and physically, spiritually. And one thing that I learned by starting, and the reason why I started 88 Ways in the mentoring program, is that I learned this fact, that our government tests 3rd graders to determine how many people they're gonna need, how many prison cells they will need later on in life. And that just it deflated me, but it motivated me at the same time.
Yeah. We covered the MLK parade recently, and was introduced to you there, and the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I may have been around the world a time or two, and you standing and saying, I played on this street corner right here, my aunt lives there, my grandmother's down here. You are somebody who's come back to where you're from and giving of your time, of your effort, of your name, and now you've got a brand new thing that you're working on. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it had been some time since 2014 since I really had the opportunity, and I'm not going to say the opportunity, I took the initiative to do something in the community. So when I moved back, I live in Orlando now, I was looking for ways to get back in the community, and my guy Wes, he said, you know what, I have something for you. We need a campaign chair this year for the United Way of Central Florida's campaign, fundraising campaign. And so they gave me that opportunity to do that. And with that, this year, one of the things that I'm doing to help raise money is doing a bowling tournament. I'm an athlete. I like to compete. So I'm getting all of these companies together and come out and compete to see who is the best bowling company in the 3 counties that we serve at United Way.
Hardy, Highlands, and Polk County, right?
Yes, yes.
So how's the bowling game?
My bowling game?
Yeah.
It's mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mediocre.
I play pool, hit a softball, and bowl all the same way. I hit it hard and hope something happens.
Just hope something happens. You know what? I'm decent. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna be around 150. If I have if I have a good game, I'll be around 170. If I start to heat up, I could be 200.
It'd take me 3 games to get to 200. That's how horrible I bowl.
Hey, listen. Somebody has to be at the lower end of it.
Yeah, hey, listen. Are there prizes in this tournament for a low bowler?
Yes, we will have the most awful team prize who has the lowest score. Don't be that team.
Yeah,
because we will call you out for an entire year until you come back and redeem yourself the next year.
So let's talk about the event. Date, time, and place.
March 1st at Lake Wells Bowling in Lake Wells from 6 to 10. And really, we're asking for companies to put a 4-person bowling team together and stack your teams. Don't just put your favorite people on there. Put the people that's going to help you win on there. That's the strategy. Like, don't go with favoritism. Go with strategy. And we're actually coming out, and we want to see these teams compete for the Corporate Cup Challenge Bowling Battle Royale. And I had to slow down when I said that. When I shot the promo, I messed up on that thing like 15, 20 times.
I might have watched it. I might have watched it a time or two.
Yeah, so I had to slow down and say it because it's a tongue twister.
Yeah. But you got the TV side down. We cut a few promos today for Polk County government, and you're going to do some philanthropy work with our county manager Bill Beasley. A little flag throwing, a little football throwing.
So I didn't know Bill Beasley could talk as much smack as he talked. He could talk a little bit.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, man, he got an inner Ric Flair.
Yeah. Woo! Like he said. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah.
But we got.
But you matched him.
Yes. Couldn't let him people with Ric Flair, right? But yeah, he got a little trash talk. So we're gonna call it flags and football.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be throwing flags and we're gonna be throwing footballs to raise money for the United Way Foundation for the county. For their fundraising, for their fundraising efforts. So it should be fun. I never threw a flag before, so I'm going to work on that because I'd be damned if Bill Beasley is gonna beat me at anything.
Be gracious and magnanimous.
No.
No. Well, listen, we got about 30 seconds left. What I want you to do is inspire the folks to look you up. See what you have to offer information-wise, and make sure that they join you at this bowling tournament. Because what your foundation is doing, I loved it. I heard you talking a little bit about it, and what you're doing. You know, you're not talking sports. You're talking life matters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So talk a little bit about that and inspire folks to join you.
And when you talk sports, when you talk anything, it really comes down to this. And this is what I truly believe, that everybody has greatness in them, right? Everybody has seeds of greatness. Everybody has talent to do something special. And sometimes it takes other people to put a mirror up in front of you so you can see yourself the way that other people see you, so you can bring out that greatness. And with this bowling tournament, you know, we're raising money for a worthy cause, a charity that's helping people be great, of giving them the opportunity to be great. And that's what it's all about. Somebody did it for me. They helped me to be great because we didn't always have the necessary resources that we needed, but the community came together, and because of that, me and my brothers, we've been able to go on and live good lives, and we just want to do that for anybody and everybody that we can.
Well, Desmond, anytime that you have anything to promote, come and see me, man. I mean, I love conversations.
Let's do it, man.
I mean,
let's do it.
The MLK parade, I was like, Huh? I was like, screw you, really? Listen, man, anytime I can help you, please come back and see me, will you?
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Desmond Clark invites you to the 2024 Corporate Cup Challenge Bowling Battle Championship benefiting United Way of Central Florida. Now you can join them Friday, March 1st from 6 to 10 p.m. at Lake Wales Bowling. That is 950 Eagle Ridge Drive North in Lake Wales. Corporate and student sponsorships are available. Now you need more information, look them up on the web, uwcf.org/bowling. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.